Hello, this is Richard. I am starting a Raw podcast where me and my special guests, Kavi and Jerel, we discuss films immediately after we watch them, and these will be our natural reactions. It's spontaneous. We didn't really have any notes, but we're just follow along and hope you enjoy.
Yeah, it's a real raw podcast. Like a raw,
Raw
dog in it.
that was Kavi.
Yeah.
So this is Kavi. Kavi, say hello.
Hello.
And this is Jerel.
Hello.
And this is Richard, your host. So, we watched the 2014 film Nightcrawler. And this is their first viewing. This is my fourth viewing of the movie, and wanted to show these guys this movie because I believe this film is probably one of the best films to have come out last year, and it's a travesty that it was snubbed from the Oscars. It had one nomination for screenplay, and that's
Did they ever nominate 50 Shades of Grey, or was that too late to get nominated?
Shades of Grey came out this year, so...
Did like the Oscar committee, did they review all their films before then, or...
Yeah.
It's like, nah.
All the way from January to December.
Oh, so maybe next year they have a chance.
So you think 50 Shades of Grey is
I haven't seen it personally,
Oscar
but
nominated?
maybe the committee likes that kind of stuff, I don't know.
All right, let's not talk about 50 Shades of Grey,
Yeah.
because I heard that movie is a piece of shit. It's like softcore porn.
Have you seen Jupiter Rising? I heard good things about
You mean
that.
Jupiter Ascending?
Super Ascending, yeah, it's like a fucking crazy budget movie. It's got like...
Okay, so before we start talking about Nightcrawler,
Yeah.
we should talk about some films that have interested us that we want to see.
Okay.
So, Kavi, any films that you want to see?
Yeah, there's that, the director of District 9 doing that movie with fucking Deontward in there.
Yeah,
and the robot.
Yeah. Chappie.
Yeah. I just saw a commercial for that the other day. I thought that was kind of cool. Yolandi and Ninja make a cameo in there. I think they're acting in it, but
they are.
And then Hugh Jackman is like the lead.
He's the main villain.
Well, I didn't. I guess it seemed like the villain, but the kid from Slumdog Millionaire, he was. Yeah, I guess he was like the protagonist in this movie. He's building robots and shit. And he's building like an iRobot kind of thing, a robot with emotions, and I guess it goes loose in South Africa, presumably. And then there's fucking fighting with people from Deontward. They're out with the guns and shit, like fucking shooting people up. And so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, me too. I want to see it. I thought Elysium was kind of a disappointment, but I think Chappie will be a step up from what Neil Blomkamp did before. So, yeah. What interests you, Jerel? You have any films that you want to see later on in the year?
I really want to watch Unfriended.
The Skype horror film.
Yes.
I didn't hear about that. You can tell me?
I have no clue what happened. Oh, some girl gets like raped in the beginning, and it's like uploaded on YouTube by her schoolmates or whatever. And then, wait, she dies there, right? I don't remember. Or
she gets raped, and then someone recorded it, and then they uploaded it online, and then she killed herself a few days later, and then
like a bunch of the kids are like talking on Skype, and the whole movie is like a recording of a Skype video conversation.
Is this like found footage for Skype chats together?
Yes.
That's kind of cool. I've always
stupid.
No, I really like the genre of found footage though.
Yeah.
You can kind of do a lot with that, and I mean, like the VHS series has gotten some success. I think they're on their third film, and Paranormal Activity they did really well, but Unfriended sounds kind of cool. It'll take that in a different approach because I mean we spend so much of our time online and especially chatting with people, so it's kind of analogy for that in us real life.
Yeah, well, some guy sticks his hand in a blender for some reason.
Oh,
I don't know why.
Oh,
But
dude.
I can't wait to find out.
They show that in the trailer, and yeah, I mean, Unfriended. Well, when I saw the trailer, it looks stupid as hell. I mean, it's like 5 friends, and an unknown caller comes in. Oh, who's this unknown caller? Can somebody disconnect this person? Oh yeah, I tried. I disconnected him, but they're still in the chat.
What? Was there webcam on?
No,
Was he like masturbating into the webcam?
no. The person that calls them, you know how like you get a default picture, like oh, there's no picture.
Yeah.
So it's just like an unknown person. Yeah, they get that, and then they start typing like, "Hey, who uploaded the footage of this girl that got raped? You know, which one of it was you? You know?" And then everyone's like, "Oh, who's doing this? You know, like somebody stop! Like stop messing around! You know?" And then people start like, you know, some crazy stuff starts happening to each and every one of them.
I know what you did last summer
Yeah,
for the
pretty much.
21st century.
They're doing a reboot of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're doing a reboot.
Well, I wonder. Well, this is the reboot. Unfriended.
Yeah, I mean,
what are they gonna do with the series of I Know What You Did Last Summer? Though
I think
how do you adapt that to now?
I think they should make it like super self-aware, like kind of like Scream. Like,
Yeah,
make it hilarious.
Yeah, they have to like get over the issue of cell phones. I mean, maybe they record a footage online, post it on World Star Hip Hop, and the guy who was there somewhere just starts killing people because the guy got killed.
Scream did that, didn't it?
Scream 4 did that, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. It's been done. It's been done, Kavi.
Then I don't know what you can do last summer.
But anyway, let's move on to a different segment. TV shows. Any TV shows that you've been watching? Anything that you're looking forward to watching later on in the year, or what do you like so far, Kavi?
I think the only TV show I kind of like decently keep up with is New Girl, and then in the recent episodes they're like changing the show around, but it's not bad, not but good, but like it's a really good show, and I think a lot of people should watch it. But they've got so much product placement from Ford that they put in to the show. Sometimes they like have deliberate dialogue to introduce the Ford car. Like I think that when one episode a hobo came up to Schmidt while he was in the Ford Fusion, and he was like, "So what's this car?" And then he takes like 30 seconds out of the show to talk about the features of the car. And I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ!" When I'm watching a Ford commercial or New Girls, like they're really integrating ads to the show. But it's been good. Like Nick Miller, I don't know if you guys watched the show. Nick Miller's character, he was dating this hot, I think Vietnamese girl. Her name is Kai, and they recently broke up. That was a bummer though, but it's a good show.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
I actually watched New Girl. I only watched like the first 7 episodes of the first season, and I saw up to the point where I think Nick meets Lizzie Kaplan or something. Her character, the lawyer chick, who knows karate or some shit.
Dude, are you guys excited for Community? Get on Yahoo?
I have not watched Community. Sorry. Yeah, I mean I did up to a certain point, but you know.
Joe, you watch Community?
Joe, any shows?
Community or wait, what?
Did you watch Community?
Anything.
I've watched Community, but I've been watching a lot of MasterChef Junior, which I feel really naive, but I like found out a lot of it is scripted, which I should have guessed. But like, if you look up the IMDb of all the kids, they're like in hella other shows.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't cook all that shit?
I don't know. I think they. I would like to believe they cook all of it, but
Well, do you guys know what fear means?
I forgot.
This is a good segue back into Nightcrawler.
False evidence appearing real. Well, actually, I've been watching. What show have I been watching? Fresh Off the Boat. Have you guys watched that? You guys watched that, right, Joe?
I have.
I watched the first 2 episodes with. Okay, the fucking accents they did in the first episode. I was like, what are they doing here? I think like ABC, you're just being racist right now, or like it was like, all right, so it was a Korean guy and I think I don't know what
The Taiwanese.
Taiwanese. No. I'm talking about the actors. I mean, like, what's his name?
Randall Park.
Randall Park is Korean. Who is the mother? I think
Constance Wu.
Yeah, okay.
She's
She's
Chinese,
Chinese,
I think.
right?
Yeah.
They're playing a Taiwanese couple.
Yeah. That's not bad. I mean,
Sure, progress or whatever. But it's like Chinese actors playing Chinese Americans. If you were like, if it was
Asian Americans.
Yeah, but no, but the show is about.
Yeah, but they don't stress like China per se. That they're just an immigrant family.
I think this is like any other comedy, like Everybody Loves Chris or whatever. They're just kind of like it's a show about minorities, huh?
They hate Chris.
Yeah, well, no, everybody loves Chris.
Everybody hates
Everybody hates
Chris.
Chris. Okay, no, yeah, okay.
But the one thing about that show is that it's not very good. That's just my opinion. I mean, I watched it too, but it's not, it's not like the dialogue is not super witty. It's not smartly written or anything.
What do you think Fresh Off the Boat is?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I mean, I don't think the show is like blatantly racist. Like, I don't think the accents are like over the top or anything. They didn't come like straight from China or whatever. This family, they came from like Washington D.C., moved over to the East Coast. They went from like west to east, and like it's about them trying to learn how to like live in this new environment and like to assimilate to like American culture. But at the same time, like the parents are like struggling with it, and then the kids are just like learning how to grow up with that, and I think it's a great show for any family to watch because, I mean, at least for me, it's like so relatable because I finally get to see like an Asian family on screen on like a mainstream network.
Yeah, kind of like same thing with my family. Like their family, like immigrants coming over and like Chinese Asian Americans assimilating into U.S. culture. I've had that experience. Like personally coming to the U.S. and doing all that, so it's kind of interesting seeing that something that isn't talked about and seen TV much, being on the outside of mainstream majority American culture.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there have been like 6 episodes already. So 5 or 6. Yeah. I think don't they show like 2 episodes a week or some shit?
Oh, are they?
I don't know. I mean, there are...
And there's probably 6 of them. Only watched 5.
Because the show premiered 2 weeks ago. So there's already 6 episodes. Oh, yeah, so... Yeah, Fresh Off the Boat. Everyone should watch it. I heard it's gotten good ratings, so hopefully that show stays on the air.
Anybody watch Better Call Saul?
Oh, yeah.
Not yet.
So just us two.
I haven't seen it, but I'm almost current with it. I mean, I've heard good things about the show. Like, I'm excited to watch it because prequels are never good, and you kind of spin-offs and stuff like that. It always has the bias that they're never going to be good. But I've heard this is a prequel that actually works well. Mm-hmm. But then because AMC put good people behind the show, and they came up with something good, and it's on CBS or it's on AMC for free right now online to watch the first 2 episodes. Right.
Well, I feel like I'm the only one that watched it here. I like the show because it maintains the same tone from Breaking Bad. Like it's like dark humor. I'm sure that's what we all liked from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
It has Saul. I mean, there's more Saul. I mean, Saul's probably one of the most memorable characters from Breaking Bad.
There's a lot of Mike in there, right? I liked Mike. He's my kind of character from Breaking Bad.
They slowly bring him in. He doesn't have a lot of screen time at first, but I feel like that's a great build up for his character eventually. So, yeah, you guys should watch Better Call Saul. It's a good show. Yeah, so that's I guess that's good with TV shows.
Wait, I think we need to have like a proper podcast. We need to have an argument inside of the podcast. That always happens. Like almost every podcast I listen to, people are talking about things. There's bound to be disagreement. I think we got.
Are we gonna get meta?
I don't know.
We meta here, Kavi.
Yeah,
what we're trying to do?
This is a raw podcast, so it's raw. We gotta fabricate raw. I don't know.
You want to advocate raw dogging, like you said?
Yeah. But no, this is public service announcement. Please don't have unprotected sex out there. Don't raw it. Or raw dog it.
So this is unscripted. So whatever Kavi's saying, I did not tell him to do. So
that's just a product of my fucking weird brain, I guess. Yeah.
That's Kavi for you. But let's shift gears a little bit before we talk about Nightcrawler.
Are we ever going to talk about Nightcrawler? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe we will. But I mean, I want the audience or whoever is going to listen to this ever to kind of feel us out a little bit. How about we talk about some music? I don't really listen to like a lot of podcasts that actually talk about music or like any what's it called? Any entertainment or film podcasts. So I think we should talk about music.
I've got a good discussion that'll start a good debate. I think.
All right, just shoot it.
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Beck or Taylor Swift?
Huh?
Beck?
Beyonce.
Yeah, but
Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
that's an argument for like 3 years ago.
Huh?
Isn't that an argument for like 3 years? Or a topic for 2
I don't
years?
know, but both released new albums. And Taylor Swift, I'll confess something. I fucking love Taylor Swift. I follow her on Instagram. Fucking face. I don't think I follow her on Facebook, but Instagram. And I follow Beyonce on Instagram too. They both got really interesting lives, but Taylor Swift does a lot of things for her fans, and that's like awesome because like look at her YouTube channel. It's like she surprises people. They send her like wedding invitations and baby showers, and then she goes out there, flies out to these events, brings a bunch of gifts and records it all, and then gets the reaction of people. She sent out a bunch of Christmas gifts to people, and then surprises their fans. And she's got a connection with them. And she's doing really good things. She goes to hospitals. You see her singing in hospitals to burn victims and other people. Like, see good YouTube videos for her. Like she uses her fame in a really good way, and I think it's awesome. But
Are they all poor hospitals or are they middle class hospitals?
I don't know who like. I'm guessing it's Taylor Swift, so probably like middle class audience that probably listen to Taylor Swift, white from the South, listen to pop music. I don't know. But you got to pick between the two: Beyonce or Taylor Swift.
I will go last. Jerel?
Fuck. Based on their most recent releases, I think I've been liking Taylor Swift more.
Yeah.
It's probably like a guilty pleasure thing.
Yeah, same
But-
here.
Ooh, so we have one vote for Taylor Swift just based on her recent album.
It's really catchy too. I mean, like.
Okay, so Kavi, I'm assuming you like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's safe to say. So I guess I've got. Yeah.
So why not Beyonce? Then isn't her
I
album
love Beyonce too.
Isn't her album
She's
critically
like,
acclaimed and like it's way better?
Yeah, no, I mean like I really love Beyonce too because she's really doing the same thing that Taylor Swift's doing, of using her fame for good and kind of connecting with her fans. And I follow her on. I used to follow her on Tumblr when I had a Tumblr, and there's her Instagram. And she posts. She leads a fucking interesting life. Like the video for 7-Eleven was just shot in her penthouse apartment. And just like she's just having fun and fucking talking about don't you spill that alcohol, don't you? It's like a fun video of just her, just repeating random things and dancing around in her apartment. So it's like I don't know. I'm torn between the two, but I think Taylor Swift still.
Wow, so that's 2-0. Taylor Swift.
You.
I will not vote because I have not listened to both of their albums, so I feel like that's unfair for me to vote for one or the other.
But not based on their music, but just their personalities and who are you?
On their personalities?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't really know them.
Oh man, no.
I mean, I heard Taylor Swift finally showed her belly button not too long ago. People were speculating whether she's like Hell XY or something. She didn't have a belly button. Oh. But she has a belly button. I mean,
she's not an alien.
Yeah, she's not an alien.
Speaking of aliens, can we go to Nightcrawler? Because I've got a good theory about the
all right,
film.
guys. Kavi really wants to talk about Nightcrawler.
That was the point of what else we started to do, but we all got sidetracked so much.
All right, so are we moving on from music? We just voted out? So I guess Taylor Swift won the battle.
I think so. Yeah, she's awesome, and we still didn't get to do an argument within
We don't have to.
Every podcast has it. We need an argument.
We'll let it come naturally, Kavi. We'll let it. If there's an argument, we'll have a real argument. We'll see.
It'll be raw.
So okay, I guess we'll talk about music next time, a lot more in depth. But okay, let's transition this into
Nightcrawler.
A review of Nightcrawler, and just a heads up. There will not be any spoilers in this first section of the review. However, there will be spoilers when we say there will be spoilers. So, in this first section, yeah, let's talk about Nightcrawler now.
Richie, you say no spoilers, but I can't guarantee anything because my train of thought might take me.
You heard that, folks?
You can bleep this out later, maybe.
I don't know.
Drop something.
I don't know about the. Okay, we'll see. The way I'm doing this podcast is like raw and like just the way Lou Bloom did it, Nightcrawler. Raw dogging it. Okay, so well, let's talk about what Nightcrawler is. So I'll explain the plot. It's pretty much about this guy named Lou Bloom. He's a sociopath. He lives in a very poor part of LA. When you first meet this guy, he is down on his luck. He's trying to look for a new job, and he's willing to do anything just to get his foot in the door for any career. And
you got to give it like a back of the DVD synopsis of this quick and short. Get in there.
All right, quick and short. Kavi wants quick and short. So anyway, Lou Bloom stumbles upon a car accident, and he notices, oh, man, I'm the first guy here. But these other guys, they come in, they record it, and not the following day, but the next day, 6 a.m. in the morning, he sees the footage, and he realizes something. Man, I can probably make money off of this. So, he decides to buy a camera and a police scanner, and he starts off his adventure. He starts recording crimes, tries to sell it off to a newscaster, and this is where he meets the news director, played by Rene Russo. And, they kind of team up, and he goes to her, to sell off footage, and things kind of get insane from there.
I guess we should leave it for the synopsis.
So, first question I want to ask is, Kavi, what are your first impressions of this film? Like, what did you think about it after it ended?
I thought of it a little bit. I think Jerel and I were talking about this for a bit. Jerel said it reminded him of American Psycho.
American Psycho.
American Psycho, right? All right. The Christian Bale's character, and I think it was kind of the same type of film. It was a character study of kind of a sociopath, but more than that because it's a little bit. He's not a really cold-blooded kind of guy, but he's like really fixated and focused on one thing, and that's kind of his career and this idea he has for a business. So. He kind of has a vision and a goal, and he takes it towards that. He's focused on getting a job. He gets a job, and then he gets focused into learning what that job is. Like when he first tried to apply in the first scene of the movie, he goes into it and tries to, or like the first 5 minutes of the movie, he tries to apply at a junkyard, and he pitched it to the guy. He's like, "Hey, I want to be a junkyard and take me as an internship, whatever," and he was just really determined to do something and be good at it. And I liked it. It was good.
So Kavi liked it. So Jerel, what are your impressions?
Yeah. It reminded me a lot of American Psycho, Patrick Bateman. Yeah. I think the main character of this movie and him are somewhat alike. I mean, this guy's not murdering people or having like schizophrenic episodes, but like,
Are you gonna discuss the autism thing, or is that too controversial?
Yeah. I'll just say this guy is like somewhat autistic. Sorry, bleep that out if I'm like triggering your Tumblr tags or something.
So, okay, so I get the impression that both of you guys like the film.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, and can we move to the second part where we can do the spoilers into the
Oh,
thing?
yeah.
All right.
I mean, I wanted to say that I liked the film too. Probably I liked it more than both of you guys. I don't know. It seems.
You've watched it a handful of times.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I feel like a lot of people had said that this film reminded them of American Psycho. Like that's not the first time I heard that. It's like a cross between American Psycho and fuck, I don't remember that other movie that you're talking about.
Natural Born Killers.
Both characters are kind of similar. I mean, their hairstyle. They say what's on their mind.
They're both after sex too, a little bit. They're both motivated by sex.
Well, we can talk about that later. But
the movie never talks about it.
I mean, Kavi, earlier you said that you felt like you didn't think the character was as cold-blooded like Patrick Bateman's character was, but I certainly, after watching the film a few times, like I really felt like his Lou Bloom, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, his character is definitely just as cold-blooded and cold-hearted as Patrick Bateman's character. It's just both films are very different, I guess. I mean, well, they're both darkly comical to me. I felt like after a while, it was pretty funny.
The comic relief in the movie came from the guy Rick, who Lou early on hires as an intern, and he's more the human side of the story. Because if it was just Lou, the movie would just be crazy. It'd be really, really creepy, and it would just maybe disturb people. So I think the character Lou might have been put in to kind of set things back a little bit, so it's not just really into this heavy character who's kind of really on the fringe of society. He's like, it won't be too crazy. So, and it's right. Ricky. Was it Rick? Rick.
Yeah, Rick.
Rick added a lot of humor into the movie.
Yeah.
And kind of balance things out when things are too tense.
Yeah, I like Rick too. I feel like no one talks about this guy, or like no one talks about his performance, because I feel like he's a great contrast compared to Lou Bloom's character, because I mean it's not that he's intentionally being funny, it's the fact that Lou doesn't really get it. Like he doesn't get human emotions, and that when this guy is actually trying to like talk to him as a normal human being, Lou just like looks at him and smiles, and like he's really condescending towards him, and just like he doesn't talk to him like normally. He doesn't talk to anybody normally in the movie, which is pretty funny.
There was an exchange between Rick and Lou in the car when they were like, Rick was like, dude, you don't even get humans. Like, you don't understand how people work. And this is why I think the character Lou might be an alien. So I think this, because early on in the movie...
this is not like, spoilers, by the way.
No, this is my interpretation of the film. And I think this is what... it'll be like... It's my own understanding of the character. And so at the beginning of the film, you see scenes and shots of LA all around. And in this one particular one in comment, it was like I think it was a plane, but it got tempered as a spacecraft flying over LA. And then this guy Lou, he came onto Earth and tries to understand humans as much as he can. So he researches everything, and he learns things online to try to be as human as possible. And he has good negotiation skills. He has good people skills because he's only learned about he studies humans, but he doesn't know how to become one. And it shows that way because his facial figure, he's kind of thin and kind of looks alien-like if you really look at it. But he's just like he's not human at the end of it. He's not one of us. It's kind of us, he doesn't fall with the rest of the characters.
That's a good interpretation. I like that. Kind of reminding me of Under the Skin with ScarJo, but we'll talk about that at a different time.
Yeah, even discussing the word an alien, it's like he could be from outer space, but he's outside from the norms of society. An alien to our society, coming from he doesn't belong within our culture. Or he fit right in, especially talking with the news people, those highly motivated to show violence and trauma, all that stuff on TV, and want to make profit off of it.
So you mean to call him as an alien, like kind of like a metaphor, like not legitimately an alien, but just the way he stands out like a sore thumb in society?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, Jerel, what do you think of that interpretation? Do you agree, or do you think that's a pretty good one?
Yes.
Yes. So, yes, I think Kavi's very eager to get into spoiler section. So, so we're about to segue into spoilers. We could probably do a theme song for this. Okay, no.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening at home and you don't want spoilers, just skip past maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes. I don't know how long we're going to talk about this, but skip through or just turn it off now. You can stop. You can just stop listening if you want to.
Okay. All right. Before we end this segment and on to spoilers, would you say you would pay a movie ticket to see this film?
I did, because pirating movie is bad, and we just went to a theater and we watched this not at home because it's still in theaters right now.
It's actually not in theaters.
It's not.
You what, Jerel?
I watched it in IMAX.
Jerel watching. I don't even think this movie is even available in IMAX. But
3D.
wow, and in 3D. Well, I certainly think this movie is ticket worthy. Blu-ray worthy also to own.
It's a beautifully shot movie.
Beautifully shot, well acted.
With Gerald, I think I want to discuss something. I think Richie really likes this film, and he's manifesting himself into the character. Look at his hair. Have you seen his hair? Like, it looks long.
Did you guys
put it back, and then put it back like Jake Gyllenhaal does. Every time Jake Gyllenhaal does something crazy in the film, like he's about to rob somebody, or do something sketchy, he puts his hair up. And look at Richie's hair right now. I don't know.
Kavi's trying to psychoanalyze me right now. But anyway, okay, let's move into spoilers. Kavi certainly has a point. I'm very inspired by this movie. I think it's the most inspiring movie I've watched in a while.
Yeah.
So yeah, spoiler section starting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, Kavi, you start. What would you like to talk about?
This is a good movie because I think if you break it down and just watch the end of this film, like the very last clip before the credits roll, and he's giving a speech to his interns, and he's like, he's growing a business. Like that's what this guy's dream was. He set out a goal, and he was like, I want to make this news capturing business and then grow it. And out of nowhere, he was determined to do it. And he came from a shitty car, then he got a fucking Charger, and then he gets all this good equipment, and then he gets 3 vans at the end. Like, he's a guy who set out with a goal, and he made it, and it was inspirational. This is how you start a business, and you succeed. And at the end, it was a happy ending, because he made it. He made it.
So, Kavi is really happy that Lou Bloom became an entrepreneur, a successful one. What do you want to talk about, Jerel?
I think that this movie had a lot of similarities to a Korean drama I watched recently about reporters. And that, what's that? The news director's name?
Nina?
Oh, yeah. Nina was like one of the characters in Pinocchio, where she would do anything to get her story that she wanted to show on the news across, and not the actual story. And that's what I was pretty much thinking of the whole film. And also, I don't know why those interns didn't know about Lou's previous intern. Pretty sure word would get across.
So what Jerel's talking about is that at the end of the movie, Lou hires 3 interns. He doesn't pay them, and they're all stupid enough to accept. And they did not know that his history with his recent employees have ended in death. R.I.P. Rick. But yeah, I found it kind of creepy that creepy, but kind of scary that this film kind of borders reality in a way where Jerel was talking about Nina trying to tell her own story and not what the actual story is. Yeah, she was determined, even if they found out what the real story was, they weren't even going to report that because the original story was going to make them money, is going to give them more ratings, and is going to give her station a better reputation because, you know, they were able to be the first ones on scene and to gather, grisly footages up close and personal for the middle class and upper class people to watch and get scared out of their minds. So, yeah. Yeah. I don't know what else to say right now. Kavi kind of left the room. Oh, nope, he's back. But, what are some... Okay, I want to talk about the beginning of the film because it is very ambiguous, the way it started. It's very... Okay, so Kavi's kind of worried about the time for this podcast.
I just made a motion to like, you know, index finger to my left wrist, indicating watch. I don't know if the podcast is too long. I know if this is raw and all, but if the podcast is too long, will people not listen to it? We've also got to come up with a name. I think we should.
All right,
American Life.
No.
So this is how odd podcasts fail because we think it way too much.
No, let's spend the next 5 minutes brainstorming ideas for this podcast. Name of it.
Okay, what happened to raw dogging, Kavi? What happened to raw dogging? I thought
this is we're giving our listeners exactly a process of how we're making this podcast, and this is part of it.
You want to get really meta
raw.
here.
This is raw. Yeah. This is really raw.
Don't worry about the duration of the podcast. I've listened to an hour and a half podcast, and I don't tune out. Like, you know what you like. I think people have big enough attention spans that they will listen. You know, if they're actually interested. You know, I mean, right now we don't really have reputation, so I don't think that really matters right now. All that matters is that we're building from this podcast. We're definitely gonna get better from here, right?
This is definitely gonna go on iTunes.
Yeah, definitely.
So, of course, if you're listening to this, you're probably listening to this through iTunes.
Yeah.
Or RSS or something.
But yeah, anyway, for Kavi, interjected. I went
to go pee and I came back and I didn't know where the hell you were, so I just did the hand motion and you
that's
stopped
funny
talking.
That you were doing the hand motion because in the beginning of the film, Lou gets caught by a security guard because he was trying to steal metal, like he was trying to pierce these fences. He was trying to sell them off, but there was a quick shot of this guy's watch and. So you kind of had a feeling like, oh, he's interested in that watch. He's probably going to do something. And then he attacks the guy, but right when he does it, it was what's it called? It's like a long shot away. It was like a really wide angle, and you don't really see what's happening other than him just grabbing him. And then you see the next transition was just, you see Lou, he's putting on the watch. And I feel like he killed the security guard. I don't know if people...
of course. I mean, it was implied in the film.
I mean, but when I first watched it, though, the person I was seeing it with said, he probably just knocked him out. Yeah, I don't think he killed him. But I feel like that was foreshadow for what Lou Bloom was capable of doing, is that he, throughout the film, he says, what he's doing is not murder. He technically was just filming, and he was just watching these people... kind of like what's it called? National Geographic,
Yeah.
I
have a point that I want to kind of discuss, but do you think he ever broke bad, or he came into this movie bad? Like when we pick up where the character is, he's already bad, in like a moral sense, or does he break bad when he kind of like moves bodies around in crime scenes, and then that's where like the evil part in him kind of awakens in, or
well, in my opinion, I feel like Lou has always been this way, because the first thing you hear a person said about him is that he's a thief, that he is a con.
I wouldn't hire a thief.
Yeah, and so I mean, Lou did not. get hired for a job because he already had a bad reputation. So
he's coming in and selling scrap metal to the guy
and
asking for a job.
For all we know, everything that Lou has, everything that he's owned, he had probably stolen, probably had scammed somebody. Yeah, because we don't know the background of this guy.
Yeah.
Every time someone asks him about his personal life, he's very vague about it.
Yeah, like, well, where are his parents?
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff.
He's alone. He waters his plant. That's the only thing he cares about.
We don't even see a sex scene with Nina. I mean, it's totally implied in the show. It gets really confrontational between the two.
Kavi really wanted to see a sex scene go down with Rene Russo.
No, but they referenced it. They referenced it in I want it, and other things like that. When there was like a close scene at the end of the film, where he comes in to pitch his like gold footage that he has that he's kind of fabricated, and like Nina's like wet in her panties watching this thing, and she's like super stoked about it, and then like they have this scene where they're like the camera has them on both sides, like Nina's character's on the left, and I think Lou's on the right. Or the other way around.
She was on the bottom right of the screen, and then Lou was kind of far
but
left.
They were getting close as they were going to kiss, and they implied that they were kind of worked up sexually.
Oh, you're talking about the ending when they freeze frame Rick on screen, like that was kind of creepy because they paused that, and then they're just like talking about how, oh man, that was Rick.
Oh,
that was.
She says, "I want it. I want it. I want more of that."
Yeah.
Just, violence is getting all charged up.
Yeah. I like how the movie wasn't really like violent. It was just graphic. I mean, it wasn't even that graphic, but
it was violent. I mean, the shootings and the cop shootout.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like explicit. It wasn't in your face. About it. That's what I liked about the movie. I think this movie's really funny if you just watch it more than once.
Okay.
What else is there about this film?
You said you liked the soundtrack more.
Oh yeah, the score. The score of the film is pretty good, I'd say. It probably threw some people off because the movie has a really creepy and dark atmosphere. And then it has like this uplifting score in the background when he's like when he comes across this car accident, and then he tries to ask this guy what happened. And this guy's on the phone calling 911. He's like, "Get the fuck out of my face!" And because Lou is like really rude, and he moves a body just so the headlight of a car can like was headlining him. So then when he's recording, he can get the body in the middle of his frame, and he's having a moment, like, oh my god, this is beautiful. Like you see the look on his face, like he's happy, and like, and as the audience we're like, oh my god, this guy's fucking crazy. Like he just moved the body, and like, does he have no morals, And at that point, you can kind of get like, man, this guy's willing to do whatever the hell he wants to, to get that footage out there, to get the kind of footage that he filmed, not what the situation gave him, but he is willing to manipulate the situation for his own needs.
Yeah.
So I thought that was and when the score kicked in, I was like, man, this is really inspiring. I want to be like him. I want to be a sociopath and be successful. Just kidding, by the way.
Oh, okay. We just learned a little bit about yourself. I think the score was kind of weird, because emotions. The music always triggers emotions within the viewers, and the way the music was composed in this movie, it was kind of celebrating the guy, like celebrating Lou's character. When he did something creepy or weird, it was like good music, like uplifting and all that, and that kind of added to like the likableness of the character, even though the film should have been more. You should have been more creeped out and repulsed by him at the film. And we had a friend, Jared, watched the film with us, and he was like, "That was the ending. What? You should have been, I was expecting a happy ending where he goes to jail and like just rots in hell for being like a horrible fucking person." But the soundtrack added to it, and listening to it, you're like, "Oh, this guy's not so bad after all." I don't know. Lou's a weird fucker, but
You
He's
like
got
him.
some charm. Yeah, I don't know.
Kavi likes sociopaths. You heard it here.
He's funny, but yeah, he's funny too.
He's funny and he doesn't mean to be.
The stupid shit he does.
So, what do you think about the score, Gerald? Do you think it was very fitting with what the film had, or did you disagree and you felt like it should have had different musical cues?
I did not notice it because I was halfway asleep through some of the movie.
Oh,
You're not
man.
qualified to talk in this podcast, man. You should have told that us earlier.
Gerald just admitted that he fell asleep halfway through the movie. Why are you here, Gerald? Why?
Alright, so everything Gerald has said already about this movie, you should take that with a grain of salt because he was asleep while watching it.
Oh, I didn't even get to talk about Bill Paxton and his role in the movie.
Who's Bill Paxton?
The guy that Lou meets in the very beginning where he was like recording with his van, you know, the blue van.
The guy
And he was like, "Welcome to the future, brah."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He pretty much kills him. Like, he cut his brake lines or something.
Yeah, and then, you know, I thought it was hilarious that when Lou sabotages Bill Paxton's character, he's also a Nightcrawler. So that's what they're called when they, you know, film crime scenes in the night. Their van crashes because, you know...
Stringers.
Oh, yeah, stringers, yeah. Yeah, you know, the same shit.
No, Nightcrawler, I think, is more about this guy. He's like...
I mean, they're both
also-
Nightcrawlers, though.
Yeah,
They both film in the night.
No, specifically to this guy. He kind of comes in at the dark and he's like, creepy Carly Clyco. I think you could just dissect the word, but I think it's more about stringers. That's what they're called.
Nightcrawler though.
Yeah,
did?
yeah. Bill Paxton's character actually said
Oh,
Nightcrawler.
shit,
Yeah.
okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm pulling shit out of my ass right now.
But yeah, I thought it was hilarious that when Bill Paxton, I forgot what his character's name is, but when his van crashes, Lou is the first person onto the scene, and then Rick is like shocked. He was like horrified that, oh man, one of his own had gotten into this brutal car accident. And then Lou takes out his camera. He's like, I'm gonna go film this. And then Rick was like, no man, he's one of us. He's like, not anymore, Rick. Just another sale. That's what he said. I thought that was hilarious. Yeah. And then the last, I feel like Bill Paxton, like his character, like the last person that he was ever gonna see was like Lou Bloom's face, like his cold, like, you know, wide-eyed face. Yeah, he died definitely.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure like he's dead.
He was taken away to hospital. We never heard anything from
but
him
he probably died in the hospital. To be honest.
Hey, Joel, is this a speculum? I picked this up from your coffee table. Looks like some. You could find it at a gynecologist's office or something.
So yeah, any additional comments about the film?
No, but I've got a suggestion as a closer to this podcast. I think maybe a tradition you could start, like questions going around the table. And I've got a question to pose to you guys.
Sure.
What has been like the best moment of your week so far?
Who? Jerel?
Coffee. I was thinking about it.
I also had to stop. I think best moment of this week so far would be
Hanging out with us.
yeah. I mean, coming out here to see Nightcrawler with you guys. But I love that. That is also this really funny news segment I watched last week. Kind of made my week. We were watching CBS News, local news in Santa Cruz with some friends of mine, and we were watching San Jose News, and they were talking about 50 Shades of Grey, and it just came out, and SpongeBob SquarePants also came out, and there was a drive-in theater that was playing both of those movies next to each other, and some kids unfortunately came to see SpongeBob SquarePants with their family, and there was an interview with this lady who was like, I had my car packed with all these kids, and my blankets were ready, and just setting everything out, and then, yeah, the kids caught explicit scenes of 50 Shades of Grey, and I was busting out laughing, I thought it was the funniest thing in the world. kids watching
Softcore
nude,
porn.
yeah, softcore porn on as like accidentally getting exposed to it when they were wanting to watch SpongeBob SquarePants. I thought that was fucking funny.
I think they're lucky that the movie was tame for an R rating. I feel like, so they got off really lucky. So that was like the best moment of your week, Kavi.
Yeah, it's made my week. How about you? No, let's go to you, and then we'll go to Jerel.
Right, Kavi wants
Give him
me
more
to
time
start.
to think.
Best moment of this week? I don't know. I had a lot of pretty good highlights. I had a job interview. I played basketball today. I have a game tomorrow. But I think I'd say the highlight would be today, because we all gathered together and watched a film, and we talked about it, and we started this podcast because of it. So I'd say this would be a highlight, because it's a good bonding moment for us. And
I got the name of your podcast now.
what?
Hanging out with my best buds.
Hang out with my best buds.
Yeah. We can do a theme song riff off of that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
all in high-pitched voices.
Yeah, it'll be like an 80s sitcom theme opening. We could do a video version of that too.
Yeah, we'll see. So give the people what they want. So Jerel, man of many words. What is your highlight of the week?
I found people at school to play Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS to play with. Wait, did I say that? Oh no.
3DS?
But they're pretty annoying. They're white people.
Describe these people to us.
So what is this Monster
Nerds.
Hunter game that you? I mean, at least you made friends, right? I mean, they're annoying, but you know, they're your annoying friends, right?
Yeah. You go around killing monsters in an instance-based environment with up to 3 other people, which makes 4 total in a party. Then you make armor and stuff and weapons. It's pretty good. I put 50 hours in a week already.
Jeez, you got a full-time job there.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't get paid.
That kind of sounds like Evolve, but yeah.
Monster Hunter's been out for pretty long.
So you're saying Evolve is a ripoff?
It's a 3DS?
Yeah.
Alright, so going back to these friends, would you describe them as weeaboos or...
No.
Yeah, describe your friend. Me and Kavi want to know more about these guys.
Yeah, man, I've known you for
I just met them.
9 years
Or
now.
I met him, but he told me about a group that plays, and I'm assuming they're all like him. But he's some fat guy who probably drives a sports bike. He totally doesn't look like he fits it.
Like a motorbike?
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe he'll give you a ride in the back of the motorcycle.
Pretty weird. No thanks.
So how'd you meet him?
Oh, I was playing in the cafeteria, and then he heard my game, and he was like, "So, Monster Hunter?" I was like, "Yeah, wanna hunt, bro?"
And then what did he say?
He said, "Yeah." Then we played, and he was pretty bad, but he still helped me because I wasn't able to beat the quest alone.
So that's when you assembled your posse with the rest of the ragtag team of white kids you met in the cafeteria.
Oh, there's a guy rapping like E40 a cappella
Oh, wow.
in the cafeteria. It's pretty good. There's also a guy on a bike, and he had no arms, and was
What?
going at least like 25 miles an hour.
He had no arms? How do you... What?
I don't
Is
know.
he riding a unis...
It's a pretty nice bike too, I think.
So he's an amputee?
I think he had no arms.
Or was he just like
Or he's probably
riding
ri-
with no arms?
He's probably riding so fast that I couldn't see the arms.
I can ride my bike, but no handlebars.
This guy should go on America's Got Talent or something. He's got some
If I can
potential.
find him again,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he had a pretty eventful week there, Joe.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that concludes the podcast for at the end of the... Maybe there could be a new segment you guys try. But.
Yeah.
And the name, working title, Hanging Out with My Best Buds.
Hanging out with our best buds. Yeah, it's a work in progress. I think this is going to be a pretty good closer for our first podcast. Yeah, my name is Richard. You guys can find me on Twitter or whatever. I don't know, Instagram, Richie Van Lee. yeah, Kavi, where can people find you?
I'm not on Twitter, and not so much, but I've had an account, but I don't know if that's the thing that if I do or not. But you can find me on Instagram at Kavi Law. Oh, and on Vine too. That we recently started. I'm gonna post a clip a day of weird little things that I can kind of edit together. And so you can find me at Kavi Law. I don't know how Vine works at whatever, but search for Kavi Law and you can find me.
Jerel, where can people find you?
In your local public library on motherless.com.
Videos of you? Maybe.
So, is that the end of it, Jerel?
Don't find me.
Okay.
Or you'll be unfriended. Ooh.
Oh man. Oh, we'll be unfriended. So yeah, I guess that concludes our podcast. Hope to hear from you guys. If you guys have any questions, I don't know. I'll put an email or whatever email address. We'll work on it. Anyway.
Cool.
Bye bye.